So, what really makes someone a leader? Is it just the title on their business card, the fancy corner office, or is it something way deeper? Today, we're going to peel back the layers and get to the heart of what true leadership is all about. Let's get into it. All right, before we jump into all the definitions and theories, let's make this real for a second. I want you to think about the absolute best leader you've ever known. Seriously, picture them in your head. Maybe it was a boss, maybe a coach, or even a friend. What did they do? What was it about their actions, not their job title, that just screamed leader to you? Got someone? Good. Hold on to that thought.
Okay, so that person you're picturing right now, I'm willing to bet they were a walking, talking example of what we're about to break down. To really understand this, we've got to start with the basics, the foundation. So let's define what leadership actually means.
Okay, look at this definition. The key here isn't what it says, but what it doesn't say. Notice there's nothing in there about being the boss or giving orders. Nope, it's about being a driving force. It's all about inspiring people, lighting a fire under them, and getting everyone rowing in the same direction toward a common goal. A real leader gives you that why, that vision that makes your work feel like it actually matters.
So how do they pull this off? Well, it really boils down to three core pillars. First up is emotional intelligence. Being self-aware and understanding what makes other people tick. Next, you've got empathy. This is huge. It's about actually connecting with people, understanding where they're coming from. And last but not least, strategic foresight. That's the ability to see around corners, to look ahead and steer the ship in the right direction. When you mix these three together, that's where the magic happens.
And what's the end game here? What's the goal of all this? When a leader nails those three pillars, you get more than just good numbers and productivity. You get a culture of trust, a place where people feel seen, valued, and are actually excited to be part of the mission. That right there, that's the secret sauce. But here's the thing. Leadership is not a one-size-fits-all deal. Not at all. Different situations and different teams need different kinds of leaders. So let's take a look at the whole spectrum of leadership styles out there. So you can see each style has its moment to shine. Take autocratic leadership. It sounds harsh, right? But for a brand new team that needs clear direction, it can be super effective. Then there's the democratic style. This is perfect when you need everyone on board for a big change, because they all had a say. Transformational leaders, they're the ones you want when you're trying to do something totally new and inspiring. And servant leadership? Think of a team of brilliant scientists. The leader's job is just to clear the path so they can do their amazing work. The point is, the best leaders are like chameleons. They adapt their style to what's needed right then and there. And this whole idea of leadership is evolving big time. The old school top-down command and control model, it's on its way out. Today, it's all about being adaptable, inclusive, and empowering your people. We're moving away from I'm the boss, do what I say, to here are the tools and the goal. I trust you to make it happen. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing: credibility. It doesn't matter what style you use. If your actions don't line up with the values you talk about, you lose all trust. And when trust is gone, so is morale. It's really that simple. You've got to walk the talk. Okay, so we've talked a lot about theory, but let's see what this looks like in the real world. And we've got a killer case study for this: the incredible turnaround at Microsoft under Satya Nadella. So picture this. When Nadella stepped in as CEO, Microsoft had a reputation for being, well, pretty brutal internally. People talked about a cutthroat, competitive culture where different departments were basically at war with each other. He had this massive challenge: to flip that entire culture on its head and build something collaborative, something based on growth. So, how in the world did he do it? Well, he focused on three big moves. First, he put empathy front and center. He pushed everyone to really understand their customers, and just as importantly, each other. Second, he made innovation everyone's job, not just the R&D folks. And third, and this is my favorite, he introduced this idea of a learn-it-all culture instead of a know-it-all culture. Basically, he made it cool to be curious and to admit you don't have all the answers. And the result? It was a total game changer. Microsoft's entire identity was redefined from the inside out. By sticking to a clear vision and really embedding those values deep into the company, Nadella showed the world just how powerful this modern approach to leadership can be. It's just a perfect, real-world example of everything we've been talking about.
All right, so we've covered the what, the how, and we've seen a masterclass in action. Now, let's turn the spotlight back on you. Let's start thinking about your personal leadership blueprint.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final thought. Look, leadership isn't just for CEOs. Whether you're managing a huge team or just trying to be a good influence in your community, you can be a leader. So think about everything we've talked about: empathy, vision, ethics. What's the one thing, the one core value that you want people to think of when they think of your leadership? What's your mark going to be?